Brown 45. Brown 45. Hot, 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 hot.
Of commercial-free football start now.
Of red zone football starts now. Commercial-free because there was a commercial shown. Change the thing. Hello, everybody. We've been off for a little bit. We're back. Football is entering its final stretch. We're about to get our playoffs underway. AFC decided, basically. It will be hilarious if the other scenario does happen. That would be just fantastic. NFC up in the air. There's a few games that actually matter going into this, but we'll talk about that. Hope everybody had great holidays. It was nice to not talk to Nazario for a week. Like, that was pretty enjoyable. But first up, Mark. His New Year's resolution is to not eat his dinner on camera as much. So he's starting tonight, doing strong. Proud of you. It will fail next week. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, 100%. I just didn't have time. Yeah, we'll plan accordingly next week. Yeah. Okay. The holiday was good. Football for the most part was not. It's in one fantasy championship, lost Christmas Day. CJ Stroud sold that team like a motherfucker, and my Aggies suffered their most embarrassing loss of the season. So
it's impressive. Speaking about my fantasy football, Scully dog walked me. Every player I had 2 points, 1 point here or there. It was just bad, and I had Brock Purdy go off, and it did not matter. But I had so many injuries, that was fine. It's not as bad as the week prior. I was playing Robert Kastner. We talked about that on the show. Josh Jacobs ran for just enough points to put him to beat me 0.5 over, and then they took him out of the game. So if he didn't run that ball, I would have won. I would have lost the next week. So everything's fine. I won second place in the fantasy league. Woohoo! Here we are. Thomas Scully, the one that beat me. How you doing? He won. He had a very good fantasy season.
I finally figured out how to do the thing. 3-time league winner this year. That probably doesn't happen again. But hey, you know what? More money, so that's always good. It takes the pain away from how my other team is doing.
Yeah. Barr does this show, does not watch football, watched Nosferatu, I think it was, while NFL Sunday was going on.
Yeah.
You're disgusting. I don't think I've ever sat in a theater on an NFL Sunday in my life. And you're like, yeah, I went to Wawa and got this before I went, blah, blah, blah. Didn't even watch the Birds. Didn't even watch them. So, didn't need to, but how are you?
I'm doing great. I enjoyed my Sunday. The one day of the week I had off. And get a cheesesteak and a hoagie and a Coke Zero. Get some water ice.
Yeah.
Choked it down.
stupid.
I don't know if you ever watched the show. It's called Pardon My Take. It's on Barstool. There's a guy named Max on the show, and he is a Eagles fan, like diehard Phillies. Mm-hmm. He's the one that always screams, "Give me about the Fightins! The Fightins!" Like he screams. He was very upset that Beyonce wore cowboy gear on the and was failed to realize that she has a album called Cowboy Carter. And that's why it was. But she thought it was some anti-Philly bullshit, and he was not pleased. Yeah. All right. So basically 2 weeks of football kind of went by. We were here. We didn't really talk. We talked. Our chat kind of went off. What?
I said there was football?
Yeah. I won't say what the people are saying about Nosferatu, but you were getting that while the game was going on. Yeah, Mark, you nasty. Your letterbox review was despicable, and that's what I will say on that. We're too old to do what the kids are calling it, all right? Let's not do that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said that you're getting sucked off tomorrow, and apparently that's a Nosferatu move. Didn't know it. Disgusted. I thought he got hacked. I'm in the generation. I'm 33 years old, and when that came across my timeline, I said, "Oh my god, Mark's letterbox got hacked." Nope, that man openly typed that on the internet. So scumbag alert, gross. I wish I could give a shit less about the Pro Bowl and who got selected. I don't care. Don't care. Some people are upset Patrick Mahomes didn't get a Pro Bowl nod. I don't know how you get a Pro Bowl nod when those three quarterbacks are in the same division and literally outperformed you besides record. Nick, what's that guy's name? Long-haired guy on Fox. Nick Wright? Nick Wright?
Oh, Nick Wright. Oh, his favorite.
Yeah, Nick's right. His favorite. Here's a discussion. Should Joe Burrow win the MVP? Because there is a record out there. The only time a quarterback, if he throws 3 touchdowns this Saturday, he will be the only quarterback to not win the award for throwing 45 touchdowns. And the only time that ever happened was another guy threw 45. It was when Aaron Rodgers beat Drew Brees in 2011. I hate this award because this award is just not what it is meant to be. It's the best quarterback award. But what is that? I think if you take Lamar Jackson, you take Josh Allen, you take Joe Burrow, all off these teams, all these teams die. So to say that argument, Joe Burrow's team would do nothing without him, you could say that about every quarterback in the NFL. I will say I still would probably give it to Josh Allen at this point because here's my question. It's less or more, right? Joe Burrow has done a better statistic season, has better numbers. But if you're going to give the credit because that team would be in a bad spot, Josh Allen's doing less with more than Joe Burrow is. Joe Burrow has T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Before this season, if you asked a random NFL fan, who is the receiver 1 on the Bills? We did it on this show when we did pass catching. We said Kincaid.
Like a dumbass.
Right. We said Kincaid.
He was my breakout player. He hasn't done shit this year.
But because all the other ones didn't matter. It's hard because I think all 3 quarterbacks, because you can say Lamar has having a better season than he had this last season, and he won MVP. This season, Josh Allen, well, that's in rider fatigue and giving the award to the same person multiple times. Jerk off. Fuck yourself. Second, Josh Allen literally took this team that could possibly miss playoffs, could be in that middle ground, could have a huge recession backwards, has a better season than he's had in years past. And Joe Burrow, was in a fucking dead hole, pulled himself out, and now this going into this Saturday is still alive in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, were they 4-8?
They're 4-8. He's now rounded off.
4.
That defense is complete asshole. I don't know who I think I would still go Josh Allen, even though Joe Burrow's stats are so insane. But why is that the credit? Why am I giving that credit?
Well, I think there's a couple schools of thought. I think discrediting Joe Burrow because he has T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. If you take a great quarterback off a team with a great wide receiver, what do you get? You get a giant with Malik Neighbors. No quarterback. He's still having a very good season, but the team's not winning. Brian Thomas is having arguably a better season in Jacksonville, but nobody knows about it because they have no quarterback play whatsoever. So I think receiver prowess, it takes a little bit into account, but I think the overall team because the Ravens got 9 Pro Bowlers. If you take Lamar off that Ravens team, I think that they win at least, maybe 7 or 8 games, I think, because they still have one of the best defenses in football. They still have Derrick Henry, and they still have probably the best O-line in football as well. So
Isn't that defense questionable at best? I guess they're rolling into form. So
yes, but I'm saying I think if you take Lamar off the field, you take away and you put in just a random Joe Schmo quarterback, I think that defense still carries them to a 500 or slightly below 500 record. I still think
that defense was kind of bad for a while, and they've gotten better, but for a while, for like a stretch, they were kind of bad.
You also have to take into account the fact that if you have an offense that is scoring at breakneck pace and defense is having to come on the field every 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to get worn down over the stretch. And the amount of snaps played by that defense when Lamar and the offense are working is way above if that offense isn't working. I still go Josh Allen, I think.
What says you, Mark?
I feel like I can name players from the other 2 offenses that, have contributed nicely. We mentioned the big guys from Cincinnati. Chase Brown has contributed fairly well throughout the season.
Probably the breakout player.
Yeah. And even like Lamar Jackson, like he usually doesn't have a great supporting cast. Like Zay Flowers had a nice season. Mark Andrews has played a bit better down the stretch. I've definitely made fun of this guy at times, but Rashad Bateman is having himself a nice season.
That you did.
Who's on the Bills?
Khalil Shakir is probably the only person who has worked themselves in consistent role.
Who?
Yeah, like it just feels like all the offense is being
not knowing Khalil
drummed
Shakir
up by
is
Josh
a little
Allen.
crazy.
Huh?
Not knowing Khalil Shakir is a little crazy, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
You got to watch football every week. If you don't play
you
fantasy
have to know
football, you don't know
football.
who Khalil Shakir is.
Half the American
I have
fans,
no idea.
half the NFL fans couldn't pronounce it.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
They read that name and they're like, "Who the hell's that? Where did he play? Wasn't he on the Saints last year?"
I think when it all comes down to it, if you take the 3 quarterbacks, the one with the best playmaking ability to put his guys in a position to succeed, rather than the inverse where they put him into a position to succeed, I think if you take that as the primary criteria, you get Josh Allen as the MVP. Because last year, when we did stats versus situation, Josh Allen had the better stat, Lamar had the worst situation, and who won MVP? Jackson. So if we're trying to stay consistent, Josh Allen should win the MVP this year.
Well, to be fair, if anything was proven this year, it's that Christian McCaffrey should have won MVP last year.
I am on the line of I know this is not correct, and you're all going to be like, Cody, whatever. But like, for the person that has created the most game changing for an organization, I would go with Saquon Barkley.
I agree.
Yeah.
That team last year, nothing changed besides the decline of what that team was going to become. He has grounded that team to a level and has literally taken over games to help that team win. They were 10-7 heading into the playoffs for the worst collapse in playoff They were what 10-0 at one point, right? And they rattled off
They
10-1
were
maybe.
10-1.
But they lost 7 straight to lose. And Saquon's never going to win the award because they don't give it to running backs or receivers or whoever. But my thing is like, if you took Saquon Barkley off the Eagles, I think they're terrible.
I don't know about terrible, but they
No,
definitely
they
are
are.
where they are now.
They're
They were
not
on the
terrible.
decline
They're-
last year. Gainwell was your one guy.
If you take Saquon off the Eagles, they become the Seahawks.
Yes.
That's more accurate, I would say.
They're one-dimensional team at that point. The reason why the opening, with Saquon there, you have to stack the box. And then a play action opens up the outsides, and you have one the best receiver too in the probably on in
And
NFL.
he still is not used to the effect that it should be.
No,
That's the thing. They still would have bad passing days, even when they do that.
Yeah.
Like, even with
Like
Devonta
Jalen
Smith
Hurts has
and AJ Brown on the field.
Jalen Hurts has regressed so heavily from where he was 2 years ago to today, and nobody really cares because because you hand the ball to Saquon 7-8 yards a carry. Before you know it, they're at the 30-yard line, and all he has to do is find Devontae on a little quick out route or AJ down the middle, and they score a touchdown. Easily.
I think
Imagine what Saquon's scoring numbers would be if the tush push was not a thing.
yeah.
Oh, it'd be crazy.
Scattaboo. That's all I gotta say.
He would be fantasy 1-1
No question.
without a question.
And they're resting him this week, so he will not get the record, which I think is very smart.
It sucks, but it's smart.
As much as I
I
loved
saw this
watching him run for
stupid
one
ass-
the Giants.
I saw this stupid ass think piece about how him sitting for not breaking the scoring record was emblematic of how the NFL is a championship only mindset. And I'm sitting there thinking, what's the goal of playing sports? What's the goal of playing professional sport? To win a championship. Is that like, am I crazy? Is that not the goal for every professional sport that's played out there? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, ask Dan Marino how important that is.
It's the same. Yeah, arguably the best passer that's ever played the
If
game.
Dan Marino
Everybody
even won
considers
one or
it.
two rings, he's probably
If he had a
one of-
fucking ring,
probably
he'd
one
be
of the
goat.
best- probably like the best all time.
I'm more mad because without him breaking the record, there won't be pissy people going, well, there was an extra game and,
Yeah. I mean, that's a fair statement. Like,
Right, but people who want to defend Eric Dickerson don't remember that there were 2 extra games that he played versus when OJ played.
right? No, at the end of the day, that's a 100% fair argument. You know how you veto that argument? How many carries did Eric Dickerson have, and how many carries did Saquon have? If he does it in less carries, it don't matter how many games you got.
Your yards per carry should be
That's
the,
it. That's your
should be-
extending point.
Also,
Since
I
we
don't think
care
Eric
about our
Dickerson
fans. Well, go ahead.
play mobile quarterback. So
Since we care about our fans here, Scully, we will not Scully. Payson asked about the ASU Texas game. Yes, that is targeting. That's 100%. That's 1,000,000,000% targeting. But I will let you know, Scattaboo did do offensive pass interference to get to a level down the field. So you can't have it both ways. But if you're going to put targeting in the game, and then you review targeting when you didn't call it, and you come back and say that's not targeting, then targeting doesn't exist. Targeting doesn't exist. Defenseless receiver forced to the head and neck area. Mike Pereira comes in every fucking week and tells us, well, there's a defensive receiver, and he went right to the head and neck. He did that.
I see his face more often than I see my girlfriend's face, and that's really not a good thing.
That means you're married to the ball. Married to the Game. That's important. He ain't watching Nosferatu getting sucked off. All right.
More like Nosferatu.
Oh my god, I hate you. Take him out.
When I watch that will be my review. I might not watch it. I hate fucking Eggers. So he's one of the worst directors in the history of the world. For Cody-like movies. He makes anti-Cody movies. He is very good at making the anti-Cody. If I met that guy, I would punch him in the face. Did he make The Lighthouse?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the guy that deserves to get hit. Okay. So what else happened in the NFL that we need to talk about? Okay, I will say, I've said this before. I'll say it again. He's not here to say it. I've never been more wrong about an entire situation than what happened in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold not only should be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings moving forward. He is 27 years old. You need to sign Sam Darnold right now. I don't understand. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Coho did not, I don't think, watch college football when J.J. McCarthy played college football. I like J.J. He beat Ohio State. I hate Ohio State. So, blessings to J.J. McCarthy, the house that he built, the beautiful. The issue is J.J. McCarthy did not pass the football enough or efficiently enough in college to say that's going to transition to the NFL. What you have right now is a 14-2 Minnesota Vikings team on the back of Sam Darnold. To say that you're going to let that walk out the door for an unproven rookie and just say, let's hope, I think is malpractice. I think that is criminal. I said so much shit about Sam Darnold. But also, my mom also hates him. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just don't understand. I would trade J.J. McCarthy immediately this offseason. I don't care what you get for him. It could be anything. Whatever you think the package should be fine. These people saying first round, a fourth rounder, this round, everything like that. I just don't know. You're not playing in realistic world. But I just don't know how you if Sam Darnold especially wins on Sunday night, grants you the 1 seed going through the playoff, you have to play in Minnesota all the games. I just don't know how you do that. He clearly has a rapport with Addison, Hawkinson, and Jefferson at this point. And to say JJ is just going to pick it up and go sounds crazy to me. Am I nuts? Right? I understand how much quarterbacks get paid. I understand the $40-50 million commitment that you're going to have to make to a guy named Sam Darnold that we thought was dead. But there are also people that thought Baker Mayfield was dead on arrival in different places. In Carolina, dead. So I think if you're Minnesota and you do not sign Sam Darnold, you're rolling a dice that could lead. Because how many bad quarterbacks are in the NFL? So many. You could literally get JJ could be terrible, and you've wasted what a team was and waste another year of Jefferson.
Well, here's the thing: if they let Sam Darnold go, they're gonna pick up Aaron Rodgers to be a bridge quarterback.
Rodgers is coming back to the Jets.
Here's my thing.
Oh, he ain't.
Yes, he is.
No, he ain't. The reports already come out that Johnson is like, I don't want him or Devontae Adams.
Well, because his Madden rating dropped a little bit. It doesn't matter. It will be back up in the offseason.
So this is my thing. I look at what was at the offseason. Top free agent top free agent quarterback on the market, worth what, $150 million, whatever. He signs with Atlanta. Now, what, 12 games later, he's out. He's done. He's going to get cut. He's going to be a free agent again. And you're looking around, and what, maybe one or two teams are going to want to pick him up. That, to me, signifies how good of a coach and how good of a system Kevin O'Connell has put in place in Minnesota. So when I look at what Sam Darnold has done, he's been, of course, way better than what he was coming out of USC and with the Jets. I don't know if I'm confident giving him $40 million, because if you're going to hand the reins over to a 22, 23-year-old J.J. McCarthy with a similar skill set as to Sam Darnold, who's to say that the production isn't going to drop all that much? Who's to say that JJ can still have a 3,500 yard senior, 25, 30 touchdowns, 5, 10 interceptions? Who's to say he doesn't have a similar stat line next season and going forward? Plus,
he doesn't have a forward pass. He doesn't have a deep pass.
Who's to say they haven't developed that with him? He has been rehabbing.
Meniscus is on the floor.
He's had
two meniscus surgeries.
He's been rehabbing this for the full. There's a reason they took him after they signed Sam Darnold. There is a reason.
No. They signed Sam Darnold for how much million? $7 million?
And there's a reason.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get him. Now after the season, my thing is, if you're a fan base, if you guys are a fan base, this is your team, Eagles, Bears, whatever. You have a quarterback under center that is give you a 14-2 record, a chance to win the 1 seed and go through home field advantage, and you have a chance to continue or roll the dice with this rookie. What would you want?
I want to develop the rookie.
As somebody who is actually kind of like this close to what you just said, you keep the QB under center.
Listen to me. If they go out and
I know you guys are really. I know you know what. I asked the wrong fan base, because you guys are really good at drafting a quarterback, ruining the quarterback, shipping him out after a couple.
No,
years.
Because it's two things. Number one, every quarterback that has won a Super Bowl since 2019 has either been Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, who was drafted and developed into a system, or Matthew Stafford, who was traded to one of the best offensive minds in college in football and won a ring immediately. If you don't have a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback or a QB that you developed in your own system, surrounded by a roster of high-paid stars who can help you run the ball effectively, push the ball in the trenches, win the trench battle every single day, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. So even if they go out and they win the NFC but lose to Kansas City or Buffalo or whoever, I think the decision still has to be move on from Sam Darnold. Because there's also this. How many other teams are going to be out there wanting to pay Sam Darnold $30, $35, $40 million to be their quarterback? Tennessee, Cleveland. The quarterback class this year, terrible. I guarantee you there's going to be at least 10 teams lining up in front of Minnesota to pay Sam Darnold more than what the Vikings are willing to pay him.
If you go in right before this game on the Lions and put down the contract, he signs with you tomorrow. There's not a question. You don't even have to compete against him. You don't have to compete against anybody.
No players doing that.
Yes, all players are doing that because they can just franchise tag him and keep him there.
You and I have been following MLB free agency. The way it
goes, that's completely different than what NFL is. Because guess what? If we don't want Rafael Devers to leave, we can't tag him and keep him on the roster. I'm letting you right now, if this man that made $7 million, if you can say you can stay here for 5 years, that's why Purdy signs. That's why all these quarterbacks are going to gravitate and sign. He's going to make the minimum regardless where he goes. He is going to make 40, 50, 60. One of those numbers is where he's going to make it because that's what quarterbacks make.
And what do the best sports agents in the world do? They tell their clients Wait until you're a free agent, a bidding war, and you will get paid more money than you could have
No,
ever.
You're going to look at because the difference is I played in the Jets, I've played in Carolina, I've played on the 49ers, I've played all these places. I have never played like this before. I need to play for Kevin O'Connell. I need to be under him. So whatever the deal is, I would sign. But you're
I'm not
rolling the
saying-
dice with a Michigan quarterback that doesn't pass the ball. He handed it Blake Corum 70 times a game, and now you're expecting him to come in and be this nonstop quarterback.
If they had drafted JJ McCarthy in the second or third round, sure. But there's a reason that they drafted him with the 11th overall pick. There was a reason
Jordan Love
have a
was also a
quarterback.
first-round quarterback.
They didn't have a quarterback.
they had Sam Darnold.
They signed him for $7 million for 1 year. That's not like they've guys. Close books. We can get that edge rusher from Oklahoma right now because clearly we just got a quarterback for 1 year. You Goomba. You're a terrible Bears fan. You would literally pass up and give me the rookie.
So
He's
like,
27.
yes,
He's
give
at
me the
least got 8 more years in him.
Jordan
He
Love
was
was like
right.
the
Absolutely.
15th overall pick, and they still kept Rodgers around.
Well, no,
Rodgers
that
ended up having 2 MVP seasons after that.
That's because Lambeau is built on an Indian burial ground. I believe that's true. They just have something that doesn't work for the rest of the leagues. But I don't know. I think it's crazy. If they win the division, they win the 1 seed, and they're just going to pass up on Sam Darnold. The Kirk Cousins thing is not comparable at all.
No.
Why not?
It's not comparable at all. He tore his Achilles. They didn't know what he was going to be like when he came back. He was over the age. Shut your mouth. How old is Kirk Cousins?
He's 36 years old.
36 compared to a 27-year-old. They're not even night and day different. They're 10 years, almost 10 years difference.
Absolutely. But when you look at the fact that Cousins had one of his best statistical seasons under Kevin O'Connell, and now Sam Darnold having his best statistical season under Sam Darnold, what do you think the common denominator is? It's the damn coaching staff.
Correct.
So why $40-50 million to a quarterback that you have no idea if he's going to
Because Sam Darnold was a passing quarterback.
There's
He
also
didn't hand the ball off in college. Every chance he got, he passed it forward.
I'm not saying JJ McCarthy is the
So
next
the reason
iteration.
why you want a quarterback
not-
that's young and athletic because he is a quarterback.
I'm saying from an organizational standpoint, it is a lot less catastrophic to hold on to the rookie that you spent a first-round pick on than to ship him away for a glorified rental system quarterback
It's,
that you have to
the
pay.
system works fucking well.
The system works,
goddamn well.
you are paying $40 million a year for the system to work versus
So
a
is your
rookie
philosophy
contract.
every time their contract comes up and they're about to be 40-50 million, just trade for a quarterback and just build it for 5 years and keep going?
you literally said it yourself. How many bad quarterbacks are in this league? They're only
Right, and I found a good one. I found one that works with me. Why would I run the risk of getting a guy that I don't know works?
Thank you.
Why would I roll the dice on a guy that I drafted when I saw the guy play in one of the hardest divisions in football and was successful in that division?
Not
Why
only
would you
that,
spend
but-
$40 million a year to get the same, if not maybe a little bit worse production
I live
if
in
you
a
don't,
home with kids
if you don't
fuck
win the
idiots.
Super Bowl? If I'm gonna moneyball you here, if you don't win the last season, no one fucking cares. If you don't win the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, move on from him. Develop JJ McCarthy. If you win a ring with Sam Darnold, extend him. Trade JJ.
That's the
I don't care.
dumbest philosophy ever. A
If you
Super Bowl
want to
bust.
spend money on other parts
You know
of the
what?
roster,
Makes sense
you
why
need
you're a
to get
Bears
the
fan.
rookie quarterback.
Makes sense why you're a Bears fan. You're in misery hell and you don't know what a quarterback, you don't know what loyalty is.
Guess what? When Darnold goes to Tennessee next year and he puts up a 2020 stat line and they go 4-13, you can get back to me on how good he is.
That's not the point. Not the point if he goes out of it and the system is there. You don't know if JJ McCarthy is the person.
And I would rather pay.
You know who Sam Darnold is.
I
You've
would
seen
rather
him.
pay
He
$5
worked with your-
million for a slightly downgraded version of the system than $50 million.
You don't
for the
know
regular-
that because you don't know he can do a deep ball.
You don't know what you don't know if he can't.
Yes, I can. I
NFL.
watched it at Michigan against fucking Big Ten, not NFL. You're saying the fact is you draft a guy from Little League Baseball and you're like, I've seen him hit a home run once. What the fuck are you talking about? You saw Sam
I don't-
Darnold complete a stat line of almost 4,000 yards passing, only giving them
I
ball
didn't think I
12
would have to
times
defend
and
him
led
maybe
his
at
team to
McCarthy.
14-2.
We are.
And you're saying, you know what? Give me the guy from Michigan. Well, how many passes have you seen? Not many. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, they said the same thing about Jordan Love. I don't think Jordan Love's good, by the way, but Packers are still doing good
Better
without
than
him.
Caleb Williams.
No, Caleb's been
100%.
better than Love this year.
Do you
But
see him mashing a quarterback,
you
the
don't have to
button
talk
on a controller as he leaps and spins and stuff like that? He doesn't know what he's doing out there. Man's
Jumping
concussed,
ghosts.
Bar, where are you?
jerking off in the corner.
I've just been
He's getting
waiting.
sucked off by Nosferatu.
We argued for so long. Mark got his second beer.
I just
I
think.
mean, we spent a really long time on this topic for I feel like no reason.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. What would you like to discuss?
No.
Thank
no,
you. So
I'm just
shut
hanging
the
out.
fuck in and sit down.
Payson, you're right.
What?
You got there eventually.
What part?
Why is Cody whisper yelling? If you're gonna yell, just yell.
I have children. I don't live in an apartment by myself and fantasize of my Criterion and fucking. Yes, there is. Deal with it. I bet there's worse in your manga books over there. So shut up.
Go ahead, Ty.
He probably gets the broom. He just gets a little dud. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So I don't know if I remember everybody's predictions for the season as we come to a close.
I pulled mine up.
I'll
I'll tell you what, some of these are accurate. Some of these are way off.
Let's see if I can find some of these. God, you guys send a lot of picks. Well, go ahead and read some of yours. Oh, okay, you got yours. So I know I was with you. So Dennis Allen, being the first coach fired was wrong. That
Close.
was my coach of the year, Robert Saleh. I did
5 games.
I did predict him to be the coach of the year.
That's got to be the cold thing from anyone else. No, except for Mark thinking the Browns will be the.
I've done 2. I put Sam Darnold as the 32nd overall quarterback. And that's not true. And now, so that one, Dennis Allen. If you have yours, if you can find yours that you sent me, just highlight it and so I can bring it up, or you can discuss it. Surprising player, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been surprising.
He definitely
better than-
surprised the hell out of me.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
better
thought that
than
he would
him
lead that
than we
team
all
to like a 4-win season.
Oh, this one's good. So next one is
Yeah.
worst team Giants. Sure, that is crazy. Drew Lock should be launched into he Lovie Smith them. He literally Lovie Smith them.
No team's fan base was happy with the outcome of that game.
Like, I still think Shador goes 1. Like, I think he'll move up, or he'll be the first quarterback off the board.
I
Which
think
the
he'll be
quarterback class is fucking terrible. So good luck to whoever gets. I can't wait till a franchise gets Cam Ward and just literally wants to kill themselves. Surprising team. Don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they'll be in the hunt until the last week. The Tennessee Titans from Andrew Barr.
I was way off with that one.
Missed it by
By that
country mile. Disappointing team. Honestly, you're right. Falcons. The disappointing team is the Falcons. I think they could have definitely been better. Coach of the year, Dan Campbell. He's up there. I don't think
Look at
it's
nomination at
I think it's between Kevin O'Connell and who did I say?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. I think Dan. What I was looking at that is I think it's a more consideration for Dan Quinn to get it because of where they were versus where the Vikings were. Vikings were 7-10, had a quarterback injury. He took a rookie quarterback and like made them into a playoff team in the first year. So I think there's
NFL Honors loves to give it to a coach for like their first season with a team. So yeah, this is the one in particular.
MVP CJ Stroud. He had a lot of injuries around him, but that year two that sophomore slump came. It happened right after he big broed Caleb Williams in the middle of that field and said, "It's all right, bud. Stop taking those hits."
And then he did take more hits than Caleb.
And then we don't know yet, but you have Lions Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which is very likely, and Lions winning the Super Bowl. Not a fucking shot in hell. That defense is fucking ass.
A lot of the defense would be,
and they are going to get dismantled. Like they'll go for it on fourth down every time, but that defense is going to be the reason they lose. It is. Like 49ers haven't looked like that all year and looked really well. See if I can find any more.
I have mine here.
Oh, okay. We'll read it out.
I had a first coach fired, Robert Saleh. Let's go.
Yeah.
Breakout player, Curtis Samuel. I was so wrong. I don't think he even cracked 100 yards. That's like worst team, the Patriots. And if they lose, they'll get the number one pick. So,
man, you're shooting pretty well.
Surprise team, Seahawks missed it probably a bit. They still did, I guess, fairly well, but not making the playoffs. Disappointing team. I put the entire AFC East. I guess when you really, chalk it up. Aside from the Bills, it was pretty disappointing.
You're not wrong on the rest of them.
No. I should have just said the Jets to piss you off, but
no.
The year was Mike McDonald, so I picked the wrong first-year coach. But he still did a pretty good job. MVP Josh Allen, so who knows? Might get 3 right on that one. And then Super Bowl Chiefs versus who cares, with the Chiefs winning. And honestly, I still feel pretty good about that.
Nazario's was first coach fired. Brian Daboll still employed. Surprising,
might still be employed next year.
He'll probably still be there. Surprising player Bo Nix. Worst team, Patriots. Surprising team, the Bears. I guess surprising how bad they truly fucking were.
Yeah, no, he cursed me. Yeah, he cursed me.
Yeah, he's the one that cursed you, not just the lineage of that. Can you imagine looking up in the records and all your team is over 10 wins and your team is just like 10, like dead, asking for air? Disappointing team, Eagles.
Ha!
Couldn't be more far off. Coach of the year, Jim Harbaugh. Surprise. We should have saw that one coming.
Yeah.
MVP, Josh Allen. Super Bowl, Bills versus 49ers. Super Bowl champs, 49ers. Won't be in the playoffs this year. Coho. First coach fired. Nick Sirianni. Man ain't leaving for a real long time now.
There was a period of time where we all thought it was about to happen, though.
Surprise player, John Mechie?
The leukemia guy.
What was his stat line? Can somebody pull that up? Like, what was his stat line for the season?
I don't think he had a bad season.
He actually didn't do terrible.
Yeah.
So worst team, Raiders, close. Surprising team, Commanders, got it. Disappointing team, Buffalo Bills. Coach of the year, D'Amico Ryans. MVP, CJ Stroud. Chiefs versus Lions. Chiefs win Super Bowl. And Kastner's, I don't remember what mine was. I don't know where I know it's.
Messi had about like 230 yards receiving this year.
230 yards received.
Good.
I know
touchdown.
mine was. I know my breakout player was Brian Thomas Jr. Which
You hit the nail on the head there.
nailed that one. LSU receivers. If you have one in Dynasty coming up, pick one in fantasy. That's how it works. First coach fired, Mike McCarthy, for Robert. That man's staying now, probably. No, I guess it's the last year of the deal. He's probably going
I
to
still think he retires.
be retiring. What the fuck?
I mean, come
Surprising player, Jalen Wright. Hoping for H-Hand's downfall didn't work. Worst team, Patriots. Surprising team, Cardinals. Disappointing team, Bills. Coach of the year, Jim Harbaugh. MVP, CJ Stroud. Super Bowl, Packers versus Chiefs. Chiefs win. Still alive. Do you know any of yours, Mark?
Oh yeah, I can read them through. Okay.
Okay, well, good.
Oh yeah, first coach fired. I also had Nick Sirianni, so that's strike one. There we go. Surprise player. I picked Will Levis.
Oh my God, it's taking on water.
Worst team I had the
Talking about
Patriots.
Nosferatu,
I got that one.
am I right? Like that man got leaked more than he got touchdown passes.
I had the Patriots. So I mean, the Patriots are about to put out their scout team to ensure the first overall pick. So you know, I think we're good there.
They are trading down. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and then you know I had a bunch of Browns in there that you know.
No. Read it all through.
Maybe say that differently.
Rams versus Browns Super Bowl, and who was winning? Browns was the Browns, or no? The Rams were winning.
I had the Rams. Yeah,
Still alive.
Still alive. I did have Dolphins, a disappointing team. So you know, there we go.
Correct.
All right, and then oh yeah, and Jordan Love was the MVP. That's not gonna happen.
So just to let everybody know how the playoffs are going to work. They worked like this last time. We're going to get a pool of points. You can put them anywhere you want, and then where you end up is going to be, and then we'll do an entire prediction of like when we do the Super Bowl, the big game, like color, who's shown first, blah blah blah, all the pool stuff to see who's alive and well. So let's do the games. Then we'll go through the playoff prediction machine and kind of do a live, like pick them, like if the season ended the way we predicted tonight, and then go from there. So let's pull up the schedule. I haven't even made my pixel, so this is going to be a live pick, so this is going to be fun. Okay, so we're just going to go down the slate. I'm not going to make it any, like, intrigue or interesting. So we got the Ravens at the Browns. Hold on. Gotta get other people's picks. Why don't you tell me your thought process? Is the Browns going to win this game?
No.
Gotcha.
Ravens got to win to secure the 3. They get the 3. They like play who probably, I don't know, like the Chargers or somebody. I know it's better. It's better for them if they win this game. So they're going to be balling out. And yeah, they got still DTR still starting for the Browns. Yeah, they know the assignment. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Bar. Did you have that for 16?
Ravens Browns? No.
No, I'm talking Mark.
I had it at 13.
Okay.
I have the Ravens winning, and I put that down for 12.
I have the Ravens. I'm going to put it at 10 because, again, I have to take some risks to try to catch up because I'm in second place currently. So that's that. We'll wait for there he is. Scully. Who do you have and what's your point value for that?
Browns, Ravens.
Yes.
Ravens for 14. Browns are starting Bailey Zappi, so anything can happen.
Bailey Zappi. Okay. They think DTR was playing just a little bit too well. Thought, let's.
We ain't gonna
You
run
want
the
to talk
risk.
about a guy who doesn't? You want to talk about somebody who doesn't know how to forward?
Okay. Bengals going to the Steelers. Scully, what do you got on that?
I'm taking the Bengals for 3. I mean, you got to ride the hot hand. Steelers, they're not going to finish at 500, but they are limping right now into the playoffs. They do need this game. I mean, there's still a chance they could win the. No, are already clinched, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Steelers? Yeah, Steelers already clinched this spot.
Yeah, but like, they need this game if they don't want to play the Ravens again. So, but I think the Bengals are just too good right now. So, take the Bengals for 3.
Bar.
So there ain't no way of winning this pick'em league.
No.
So I'm going to pick my points in order of what I think could actually possibly happen, combined with what I think the funniest shit would be. So I have the Bengals winning for 16 points.
Mark.
That was certainly a combination of words.
Yep. The Steelers are going to play the Ravens on Wild Card weekend. I mean, the Bengals for 15 points.
You think the Bengals make it in?
No, I mean the Steelers are going to lose this game, and they're going to be
Gotcha.
6.
I think the Bengals make it.
I don't think so.
No, they're not. That's not.
Because 2 scenarios have to happen, right?
The Dolphins have to lose and the Broncos have to lose.
No way.
It's
Okay.
not going to happen.
I'm also going. I'm going Bengals for 16. I'm locking it in. Just taking the. I'm taking the. What does that sound?
Yeah,
Who's force field?
it's going to space.
Huh? Okay.
Sound like somebody was getting abducted. And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going Bengals for 16. I think the Steelers could win. What's me losing another 16-point game at this point? What the fuck does it matter? I would love the intrigue on Sunday going into it to see what could happen. I know it won't happen, but I want the intrigue. I think Joe Burrow is going to play. He played a hard defense in the Broncos. He was able to handle. Steelers are fucking falling the fuck apart right now. So I think they're hot hand. I think they'll take it, but I don't think they won't get into the playoffs. That's the thing. But I want to wake up Sunday. What if Carson Wentz? And what if Aaron Rodgers? What if? So I'm going Bengals. And us and Kastner's pick Steelers for 2 points. So gotta take a shot when I can. Next game on the slate that I'm seeing is Atlanta going to the Panthers. Mark. It's back.
Okay. I'll take a slight swing here. I'm going to say Carolina ends off the season with a win. I'll take Carolina for 5.
Nice. I like it. You're crazy. What?
I mean, there's like 7 games here, like literally.
We're not 100% sure. It's probably Andrew Barr.
I don't even know what noise you're talking about.
There it was. It's always Andrew Barr. By the way, Daniel Norris. I don't know who you are, but I don't know how you found us. But thanks. You wanna come on? Jesus Christ, Barr. Act like a professional. And tell me who you're going to take at Falcons Panthers.
If Chuba Hubbard was playing, I probably would have picked the
It's
Panthers.
definitely Barr.
Shit. All right. I'll hop out and hop back in after this. What's up, Daniel? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going with the Falcons. 2 points.
Falcons for 2 points? Perfect.
And I'll be right back.
Scully doesn't want to work. It's probably FaceTime his mom, to be honest with you. I'm putting Falcons for 1 point. And there's no rhyme or reason because I just have to save higher picks for other things because that's who I am. I'm in hell right now. I'm down like 20 points to Robert, and I need points. Okay, next game on the slate. Commanders going to Dallas. Is the Commanders locked where they are?
They can no. If they lose and the Packers win, they can go to 6.
They can. If they lose, they go to the 6.
If they lose and the Packers win, they go to 6. The Packers got to win.
And they're playing at the same time, so they're going.
No,
They're playing.
he's right. They go down to 7. If they lose and the Packers win, they will play the Eagles on Wild Card Weekend. And so like the Commanders and the Packers don't want to play the Eagles. So
who has the advantage? Packers?
Washington.
Oh,
Washington's got the advantage. So Washington just has to win.
so we could get Green Bay Eagles game Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah. That is the Eagles' reward for winning at least 14 games.
I think the Eagles win that game by like 15 points.
That's crazy.
Falcons for 9, by the way.
I just saw that. Okay. So Scully, Commanders versus Cowboys.
New Commanders for 10. They really don't want to see the Eagles for a third time, I think. I don't care how that second game ended. A rubber match with Philly in the playoffs in Philly. It's not ideal. They would much rather play the Rams or the Bucks. So, Washington for 10.
Washington for 10. Okay. Barr.
Washington 8.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah, Washington for 12.
I just saw your tagline underneath that we all know that was targeting, but I didn't even read it when I was talking about ASU. Yeah, we do. Horns down. Horns down. By the way, worst head coaching decision ever is to grab your kicker before he goes and kicks and talks to him face to face and be like, "You got the go." You should be kidding.
Sarkisian probably blew some liquor in his face, and that's what got him all.
Somebody literally said if he misses another kick, somebody's gonna show up at his house. I have Commanders for 14. I think the Cowboys are done. I think they'll try, but I don't think they'll have any success in this game. CeeDee Lamb being shut down, they really have no options. I think Commanders roll. I would love Commanders. I don't want Commanders Eagle on Wild Card Weekend. That's not what I want. Because that's just I've seen that game twice and I don't like it. Oh, but it would be interesting. It'd be the rubber match. Hard, yeah. So you do not want you don't want that matchup.
No, we only play weird against them when we're in FedEx Field. When they're in our house.
Did you just do this?
I often do that.
Can you never do that again?
He lives in Florida now, dude.
That was fucking terrible. So, another game on the slate. Bears goes to Daddy's home. Happy Father's Day to all the Bears fans.
Why are you rubbing your hands? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's better than this.
He's
Zabra. Zabra.
No, he looks like I'm not gonna say it. That's
Fuck off. Okay. Bears.
That's what cheesesteak
Bears,
season
Packers.
is.
Bears Packers with how God intended it last week of the game. We're gonna go Mark first. Mark.
You know, I think it's a very torturous for the Bears. Is that I think even if they do lose this game, you guys are gonna get like what, the 8th pick? 4 wins, and yeah, that's
It's because we beat all the teams that are picking 1 through 7.
yeah.
Literally,
Sorry.
Tennessee, Jacksonville, Carolina. It's ridiculous.
And you lost to the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Well,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, they're gonna lose. Yeah, they'll lose again, but they shouldn't need to show up. Honestly, they should just like say, "Hey, we don't want to play," and like let's just
Wow.
He went for your fucking throat.
And he kisses his mother with that mouth.
Packers for 10.
Scully.
I'm gonna quickly move to Canada now that my.
Oh,
name
sorry.
change
No,
is-
not you. Not you. You're a Bears fan. We're gonna talk to Bar first. Sorry.
They're at Daddy's house now. 13 points for the Packers.
Well, now
I said it, and I didn't feel great about it. Coming out of Bar's mouth, that was 10 million times more creepy than what I did. I said Daddy's though, and he said Daddy's home. Whoa, what was that weird?
you sound like somebody. You sound like somebody who's not allowed around playgrounds. When he said that.
This is unfootball related. This is just to highlight another show that will be coming back soon, or is still going, but we'll have season 2, TV Chronicles. I am in the middle of season 4 of Better Call Saul, and I just want everybody to let you know something. If you've ever told me that Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad, you deserve to be dragged behind a car and like beaten to death. It's a great show. Great. It is nothing. Like
The bottle to your left. It's on the floor somewhere.
Say again.
I think the bottle cap landed on the floor to your left somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find it later.
He will literally walk barefoot and stomp right on it and like hurt himself. Like he hurts himself on after calls more than anybody else. I have Packers for 13.
So do I, and we can keep it at that.
I've seen this script before. I've seen this play out.
Only
Next
now
game
it
on the
doesn't
slate.
involve Randall Cobb and blown coverages.
Next game on the slate. Oh man, fire! Texans go to the Titans. Bar.
I have the Titans winning 1 point.
You don't really have the Titans winning.
I have the Titans.
What's the point?
I just think that there's something so wrong with Houston, and I think that Tennessee's just going to have this fuck it attitude that's somehow going to win them this game.
Okay. No problem, Payson. It's just people that really like Mike and Gus, and that's why they like it more. That's it. That's the only reason they like it more than Breaking Bad. Mark.
Yeah, I don't know, because the Texans have no reason to try in this game. They're locked in at the 4. It doesn't matter. But they will probably play at least a little bit. You can't go into wild card weekend when your last performance with your starters was a 31-2 performance. I gotta think they play a little bit. I don't know. They look really bad. They look so bad right now. They easily look like the worst team's going to make it in the playoffs of this point. I don't know what's going to happen. So I did pick the Titans, but I'm going to have it for 2 points. Like this is like literally anything could happen in this game.
That's fair. Scully.
So I don't think the Texans offense, I like Stroud. Collins. I don't think they're going to play the whole game. And they probably would not be playing in this game if Tennessee had not beaten them last month. But they did. And I don't think D'Amico Ryans wants to have that blemish on his record as being swept by a team that's 4-13, having half their wins come against you. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to end up sitting his starters in the second half. So I'm going to take the Titans for 2, and they will lose themselves out on Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders.
So Texans are locked where they're at, correct?
Yeah, they are.
They're the 4. Yeah.
And they have
There's
they
no reason.
made the decision if they're resting or not?
So he said Ryan said that we'll see how the game goes. Essentially, like they might play the whole game, they might not, which is code for it's gonna be like a preseason game. They'll play the first quarter, the first half, and then they'll bring in the subs.
Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. Who's the backup quarterback in Houston?
I think it's Davis Mills still.
Still Mills.
Yeah, it's Davis Mills.
All right, I'm gonna say Houston for 3. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable, but I've seen the Titans and they look terrible. So I just have no rhyme or reason on that. What was I gonna say? I thought there was something I was gonna say, but I'm not sure. Okay. Buffalo's locked where they're at, correct?
They're the
Yes.
2.
Are they resting? They are resting?
I think there was like this thing going around that they were going to play like partial pieces, but not the full game.
I fucking hate Week 8. I'm going to start. I have Bills for 1. I think the Patriots want to lose more than they want to win. I know Gerard Mayo says like we're playing for the win on Sunday. Robert, if you want to be employed still, you're not going to play for that win on Sunday. You need to tank. So I'm going to go for the Bills for 1 because I think Mitch Trubisky is the backup, correct? Is that still accurate? Yeah. I think he can get them to the finish line against a team that's not wanting to win. Could be wrong, but that's where I'm at. Mark, where are you at?
Yeah, the Giants just kept gianting this past weekend, and, they played themselves out of the first overall pick. So, yeah, I remember what I said before. The Patriots are going to put their practice squad out in the field. They do not want to win this game at all. Again, anything can happen. You're playing against second stringers. I picked the Bills for 1. So I mean, but the Patriots can want to win this game. There's no way.
Bar.
I think Jacoby Brissett plays this week. So I'm still going to pick the Bills for 6.
Okay. Scully.
Yeah. Bills for 15. No amount of Mitch Trubiskyisms will prevent the Patriots from losing this game. They will have the number 1 overall pick.
Okay. Just lost where I was. Okay. What?
I thought there was a point he's making after that. No, he's back.
That was Mom's FaceTime. It's fine. Chargers versus Colts.
Chargers, Raiders.
Oh, sorry. No, I read the teams wrong, but Jaguars, Colts is what I meant to say. Fucking Colts are so goddamn bad. Like that was crazy. If I'm surprised Drew Lock was able to live in New York any longer. He should have got beaten to death. Shedeur Sanders comes out wearing cleats. Oh, just bad. But I have the Colts, and I have the Colts for 4 points. I think they finish 8-9. I don't think it matters anymore. I just think what is of that defense that didn't show up at all. I just think Mac Jones is still Mac Jones, and that's what it's going to be. And I think the Jaguars want to lose. Like, I know they've tried to win a couple games here now, but they do not want to go 5-12 because that would just move them farther out of the draft pick. So, Scully.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts for what do I have that? Colts for 6. Both teams may not have GMs by Monday morning, so that should be fun to see.
Bar.
I think Doug Peterson's playing for his job still, even though he's probably going to lose it, even if he wins.
What job? Man's been a lame duck coach since London.
Plus, the Colts always have a hard time against the Jaguars for some reason. So I'm going to take the Jaguars for 4.
Well, they have a hard time, with every team.
Mark.
I didn't think about that. Doug Peterson could just pull a Lovie Smith on the fucking Jaguars and win this game. Fuck.
You know what? That's a really good point. I'm going to take Jaguars for 4.
Oh, God damn it.
That's 100% what's going to happen. He's going to fuck that franchise. He just is. Go for 2 at a random time. He's just going to do it.
You know what? I'm going to take the Jaguars. Too.
I think we all ride Jaguar. Scully, what'd you pick?
I have the Colts for 6, but I'm going to change to the Jaguars now.
We all ride Jags. We all ride the Jags. Let's go. Watch it be over in the halftime. Like, fuck, what do we do, guys? This is terrible.
Oh, fuck. Go back.
Giants at Eagles. Eagles locked in at the 2, completely resting. I know it's weird, but could the Giants pull off this? Like, could they win? Like, I don't think they could. Like, who's Kenny Pickett? They still got dogs on defense that they'll still be there. I'm gonna go Eagles, and I'm gonna go Eagles for 5. I think that's I'm gonna let Scully go first. I'm gonna hear Scully's logic.
I mean, I'm just going to take the Eagles for 5. I mean, their backups fucking destroyed the Cowboys. The Cowboys are way better than the Giants. Even if the Giants play their main guys.
Is Kenny Pickett playing, or is that is God's?
I think it's Tanner McKee.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Okay. Fuck off, asshole. Get out of here, Mark.
Listen, if we learned anything this past Sunday, is that the Giants hate their fans. And what would just be the last fuck you for? Because I'm also not convinced Daboll is not a victim on Black Monday. I think he's one of the guys that could be gone. And I don't even care. I think because they're resting the whole game, they could probably still win this game and fuck themselves more. So yeah, I will take the Giants for 4 points.
I'm going to do Eagles for 5. Bar.
I'm going to take the Eagles for 9. I think New York's defense is just not great. And I've said his name before already. I think Tanner McKee is going to use this opportunity to show other teams, like, hey, I am a reliable quarterback, even if it's just like backup level.
Fuck up. What is it with you guys? Do you think like Tom Brady exists again? You think these late round fucking picks just fall? Oh, look at him play with the Eagles. I think I'm going to take a swing on them. No, fucker.
That's what just happened with Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold was a first round for top 5 fucking pick from USC. Where did this fucking jag off fucking
ground?
Where did he play college ball at?
Stanford.
Exactly.
Who are we talking
What
about
the
again?
fuck are you talking about?
Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft.
Guess what? You walk outside and you find fucking gold every once in a while. You know what you more likely find? Dog shit. Like, what are we talking about?
Is he going to be passing to my boy Anais Smith though? Is he going to be out in the field?
I think so.
Scully, fuck, Sam Darnold. You know what? Fucking Kevin O'Connell. Just call up fucking Eagles. See if you can give the 7th rounder for this fucking jag off and let him be the next quarterback. It's just the system, right? Fuck
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Watch that happen.
I hate you. Saints at Bucks. I think Buccaneers put 100 on the board. I think they leave no doubt. I think they literally destroy the Saints. It's one of those games that when they win, they're going to win. Baker is the ultimate competitor. His arm, leg, and head will be off. Mike Evans is going to, how many yards away from 1,000 is he? He's going to hit it.
He's
Probably
80. I think I want to say like 80 or something.
80?
86, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They are going to target him early and often.
He'll hit that in the first half.
He's
Also, Baker
10
got
catches, 180 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Evans.
Baker got Pro Bowl snubbed as well. So
Who was the quarterback from the NFC?
Darnold, Goff, and Jaden Daniels. I would put Baker in over Jaden personally.
I would too, Baker. I have the Buccaneers for 11. That's just where I'm at. Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks for 16.
Sorry.
The Bucks right now are probably the scariest team to enter. If they win, they're going to be the scariest team to enter the playoffs. Like they could probably easily flame out and lose in the first round. I could also see them going to like the NFC Championship. Like they just have this weird. They just have this weird thing that just kind of like they're the team I think right now nobody wants to face. And I think no matter what, we're gonna get interesting games out of them throughout this postseason.
Bar.
I mean, I also picked the Bucks. I picked them for 3 because the Saints hate the Buccaneers. So
What was that?
how
You just do the Raiders with the hate. What are you doing?
And
You
look,
trying that out? Is
Sorry,
this your
I
new
just-
stand-up bit?
I hate Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Doesn't mean I'm going to beat him up.
Bar, I'm glad you're still on the show. Scully, what do you got?
It's Bucks for 16. I mean, the Bucks may pull their starters in the second half because it's such a blowout. Kyle Trask might throw for over 100 yards in this game.
Oh, Kyle Trask. What a time.
Remember
What a
when
time
he
to be
was-
alive.
Remember when he was the heir apparent to Tom Brady?
I mean,
Because he threw like 25 touchdowns to Kyle Pitts during the COVID season.
yeah. Magic. Cinema is real. Okay. Next. Next game on the slate. Chargers at Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders.
Somebody tell me, Chargers up, down, or they locked?
So
I guess-
if they win and the Steelers lose, they face Houston.
So if they win and Steelers lose, they
They
face
get
you.
to 5.
Any other outcome,
They
and
want that so
Any
bad.
other outcome, and they have to go to Baltimore again.
But if the Steelers win on Saturday, chances
Then
of
the Steelers,
rest.
then the Steelers play Houston, and the Chargers go to Baltimore.
You think they rest then?
I mean,
If
if
the
they
Steelers,
win,
if the Steelers lose, they still have to.
But
win.
no, right. But if the Steelers win on Saturday, it's a moot, right?
I mean, I would still play them a little bit. Also, I think the Chargers backups beat the Raiders still, personally. So
Okay. Well, that scares me. I have them for Chargers for 7.
Same.
What douchebag? What Scully?
I have them for 11.
I hate the word.
I think I have never seen a coach want to tank more than Antonio Pierce. He was pissed that they won yesterday.
So mad. He was cussing. Mark.
Yeah, it's mainly because how I think Saturday's gonna go. Just don't think the Steelers are gonna win. They're gonna be playing all out, and they're probably going to destroy the Raiders.
I should have.
I meant 9. Yeah, for 9.
I should have went with Harbaugh 7. Like I should have done Nazario since he's here.
Mr.
No one-
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. No one glazes Harbaugh more than fucking. So, speaking of Nosferatu, Seahawks out of the playoffs, right? Confirmed out.
Confirmed.
Rams in.
Locked at 3.
Locked at. They're locked at the 3. Wow.
No. If
Oh, that's right. I'm wrong.
This is
They
why
can
you
still-
don't watch football. What?
they can
I
still-
trusted you.
they can still fall to the 4. If the Seahawks win, Bucks win, Rams fall to the 4, which means they would play the Eagles. No, sorry, not the Eagles. The Vikings or Lions.
Yep.
And then Bucks would play the Packers or Commanders.
Okay.
Play the big fat
But
losers.
also the Rams aren't playing Stafford. It's Jimmy G.
Speaking of Nazario,
You gonna finish that statement?
he's in the chat.
Rams are playing Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, it is.
So they're resting?
They're resting Stafford. Because they already won the West.
Right,
don't
but
think-
they couldn't.
I think McVay knows, regardless of if they play Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, or Washington, they're going to be the underdogs. I don't think they care who they play
That's fair. That's actually a fair statement.
because they already took both. They beat Minnesota. They took Detroit to the wire when in a game where Puka left in the first quarter. And then I don't think they play Washington this season.
I think they would be the favorite against Washington.
Are they going into Washington or Washington going to them?
They
won the West, so they would go.
There you
Washington
go.
So I don't think they care.
Or they get a home game, right?
Yeah, I think I think they rest everybody this week, and they just say fuck all, and the Seahawks can just go out and get their moral victory.
That's fair. Yeah, because that team's so injury prone, you don't want a Puka or Cup injury before.
No, I mean you put it like and Kyron too. Like you got to rest everybody. Like Corum, legacy game.
Legacy game. Okay, with that news, I'm going to go Seahawks for 8. Actually, Seahawks for 10.
Damn it. Yep.
You the same way. Scully dropping facts. Bar, where you at?
I'm still going to pick the Rams. Seahawks put up 6 points recently against the Bears.
Hey, against my ironclad defense.
Your ironclad defense.
That motherfucker's gonna rust.
If the iron in question was aluminum foil.
Yeah. From the outside, looks very fucking hard, dude. Once you poke it, damn, I got him pretty easily.
It's just a balloon, but it's just painted metallic. I have the Rams for 5.
Mark.
I hate this information I could have used yesterday. Fucking dumb. I gotta bet the Steelers for fucking 8 points. This is stupid. I hate football.
Love it. Scully.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks for 12. I mean, look, it's a aging Jimmy Garoppolo who is essentially it's much with their reserves in.
more from Connie up in the corner. Okay. Dolphins versus Jets.
Is it going to put that behind that?
I have Dolphins for 8. Jets are giving up. I think Dolphins have a shot. I think the defense of the Jets is one of the worst things I've ever watched in football. And even if they get out to a lead, it's not going to last. So Dolphins win. Dolphins have to win because they have a shot because they were playing the same window as the Broncos. If the Broncos lose, they got a shot. So going Dolphins. Mark.
I just want to know what Coolio song are the Jets walking out to this week? There's not many to choose from.
The Keenan and Kel theme song.
That would be then they gotta walk out to a loss on that one. That'd be sad. Yeah, give me the Dolphins for 7. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm done with the Jets. They'll probably win. So maybe bet your mortgage on the Jets. So just saying that.
Bet responsibly. Don't bet your mortgage. Bar.
Tua might not be playing.
Why?
He's got a hip injury. And
Tyler Huntley played well like this last game. So I think even if it's Tyler Huntley, they could probably still be
Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley to you.
Yeah, don't forget. You show some respect to that man, Mark.
How about you shut the fuck up when you're speaking about Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley? That man built this podcast, all right? His written determination is what made us say, why not us?
Why not us? What?
Because our owner doesn't spend money. Go ahead.
So I'm going to once again throw shit at the wall and say that Aaron Rodgers.
You really should stop doing that. Your house is probably disgusting.
I'd say that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams want to go out on a high note and not end their season the way that they did last week. So I'm going to pick the Jets for 14.
And by high note, he means getting high on ayahuasca.
Hold on. Do you have the local number of the police force? Because I need to do a wellness check because you have taken bath salts, my friend. We have a wild man. He was in the Penguin. He is down on his luck. And this man is heading for children's places. He's eating bath salts. He's picked the Jets for 14 points. Somebody stop this man.
That's funny.
If you must know, he also was from Jersey before this. So this man's a loose cannon.
It's really funny because, we thought you guys were high on bath salts for picking the Jets earlier this year.
Jets wins ability. The Broncos still have to win. Fuck it. Scully, did you say a point total for this?
No, but I have the Dolphins for 8.
Okay. San Francisco 49ers going to the Arizona Cardinals. Basically a meaningless game at this point. Is Purdy playing?
No.
Out. Okay. I have Arizona winning this for 9 points. I think they'll take the 6 and 10, the better draft pick. I think that's what they'll get. And the 49ers will draft Ashton Genty at whatever pick they are to replace all their running backs.
So funny. Or no, they let Purdy walk and they draft Shitter Sanders. That's the real funny scenario.
Disgusting.
And he plays for one of his dad's old teams. And
it's not a revenge game. You don't get a revenge game when you get traded to a better opportunity down the line. Like, that's not what happened. Like, they were being nice to Josh Dobbs by giving him to Minnesota. He decided to shit down his leg. Bar.
I don't know. I'm still going to pick the 49ers for 10.
I don't know.
Oh,
God, he's drunk. Oh, Grandpa, get off the hooch. Scully.
I'm going to go the Cardinals for 4. I mean, this is I did not think this would be the really disappointing 425 slate game at this point in
You
the season,
didn't.
but here we are.
Mark.
I mean, who the fuck cares? Is Nazario even watching this one? Like, he shouldn't be. I mean, like,
Josh Dobbs. We beat the Birds. Yeah. My
whatever.
kid in
Yeah.
the Lego set. Yeah.
Nobody plays harder in meaningless games than the Niners.
Come on.
Whatever. Cardinals for 3.
I'm gonna watch this on my phone. Just like Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
While in traffic.
In traffic. And then tweet an article that somebody else tweeted 7 hours prior and say, "Did you see this? It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Crazy. What the hell?"
About how Jim Harbaugh is taking the Chargers to the Super Bowl.
Who's the coach of the Chargers? Jim Harbaugh. Vote for him. He's like, he'll probably tell, I don't sound like that. You do. Well, we just got canceled, everybody. So just let you know. Chiefs at Broncos. Last 2 games of the pick. I have Broncos for 12. Stop it. This is insanity. This is craziness. They are resting their starters. The Broncos are winning this game and going to the playoffs, and very convinced. I'm done with the noise. It would be hilarious, believe me. I'm okay with losing 12 points if Carson Wentz just puts on a fucking display.
Did
It ain't
you say
happening.
Carson Lynch?
What did I say?
Did you say Carson Lynch?
No, I said Carson Wentz.
Oh. I don't know why I heard Carson Lynch.
Jesus sitting in your hearing aid, Grandpa.
Oh,
What?
look who's talking.
What'd you say? The Pittsburgh Pirates are going to win this year. I have faith. The owner's spending some money. Yeah, but that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Broncos because stop this nonsense. The Bengals. If the Bengals win, no, stop it. The Broncos are 9-7. They're going to be 10-7. Chiefs could give a fuck less. Didn't they lose to the Chargers last year and when they rested everybody?
I don't think so.
Oh, did they win?
I think
Pretty
they
sure they
actually
won.
did.
I think
Did
they
they
won.
win? That's hilarious. But I don't even know who the quarterback was. I remember but whatever.
Oh, Easton Stick.
Easton Stick. That's what this podcast is built on. That dedication. Why didn't anybody give him a shot, Bar? You fucking idiot. Mark, what's your point total and who you got?
Yeah, like the Broncos really badly want to get blown out by the Bills on Wild Card Weekend. Like they are thirsting for that 21 skunk game. Like no other team has ever before.
I hope it's snowing and Bo Nix is just buried in snow. Those red fucking cheeks just looking miserable.
So yeah, give me the Broncos for 14. Like it's not happening. The AFC playoff picture is not going to be fun until the divisional. That's just the way it's going.
I want the snow to be so bad that when like Bo gets tackled and when he looks up, remember that Rodgers like side eye like crazy face? He just snow. You can't see fucking anything besides snow. It's just in his face, and he's just like, "Coach, I ain't got it. I don't got it. I can't do this." I hope he gets Will Levis like mouth reading like skills. They're hitting me everywhere. Just goes in the blue tin, never comes out. Just
Do you even know how to
retires
No.
from live on television. Do Vontae Davis. I'm gonna go home. What? I'm
Mom,
done.
Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
I gotta call my grandma. Bar.
I'm choosing chaos. I'm saying that 2017 Carson Wentz shows up in this game. I'm gonna pick
remember
the
when he
Chiefs
threw those
for
games. I had
50.
that Wawa sandwich.
I will
Yo, we
say,
went down to
Carson
Mount
Wentz-
Laurel, got some nice roses for my mom. Got a Pika's pizza.
She fucking loved them flowers, man. Fucking loved them. The fightings.
The
So what point total?
15.
Jesus Christ. I'm serious. The man's on bath salts and he's heading for his school. Scully, have you seen the trailer to Grand Theft Auto? He looks like the Joker.
Give me the Broncos for 7.
Oh shit, he's just
this
told
is
us he's
like-
heading to Publix. He's going for a chicken sandwich and he's gonna kill a grandma.
There's a deranged man. He had a crazy look in his eyes.
Last game.
I will eat this hoagie. I will do it.
I will beat that bitch with a fucking hoagie right fucking now, alright? Fuck you, Wawa. Fuck you, fuck Publix. Fuck your income tax. Should have let weed be legal. You should have let fucking weed be legal. I wouldn't be on these fucking bath salts right now, man. Game of the week. Must watch television. Minnesota Vikings heading to Ford Field, both 14-2. Both winner becomes the 1 seed, loser has to play all the road games. What a fucking terrible stretch.
Winner gets to go on the road and meet either Matthew Stafford or Baker Mayfield, who are both pissed off.
And if it's the Lions, it may be a 40-40 game between whoever they play. Bar, who you got?
Can't believe the Lions could possibly be the 5 seed with 4 different players having passed 1,000 yards. That's crazy. I'm gonna pick the Lions for 11 points.
And I'm telling you right now, he's got static electricity coming out of his ass. He is terrifying. He's supercharged, everybody. You'll hear him coming because the feedback's fucking ridiculous, man. Mark.
All you're gonna hear is just him saying the fight. The fight.
Titans. He's foaming at the mouth and he's wearing a Phillies cap. Somebody stop this man.
Dumb. Yeah.
Mark,
think
so
Darnold-
I'm doing anything on a Thursday night and I'm doing fucking this.
I think Darnold gets him the number 1 seed. I don't like I have to take him for 11 though. The Rams had to ruin this for me, so take the Vikings for 11.
Scully.
I initially had the Lions in this game, but then I saw Kirby Joseph on my Twitter feed talking about how he got robbed of the Pro Bowl. And it's like, dude, you like opponents' kneecaps more than you like playing the game of football. So that kind of pissed me off a little bit. So I'm going to take the Vikings for 1. Yeah.
I want this to be known. Caleb Coho said, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and pick the Vikings for 16. Shocking to nobody. Like, that's not a thing that... This man had Josh Dobbs at quarterback and that fucking guy from BYU and said, hey,
I'm gonna shave my head in support of my team.
we could sweep the Lions. Shut the fuck up. Like, he's an idiot. But I have the Vikings for 15 points. I'm not as confident, but I have to take a shot. But also, I don't trust the Lions' defense is ass. It just is. So at this point in time, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to say, there it is, and see if the Vikings takes the lead and Sam Darnold gets them the 1 seed. That's crazy. I said we were going to do playoff prediction, but all next week will be playoffs. We'll talk about all of it. We'll rank everything. We'll do the bets and talk. There will be less games, so we'll be more intent on all those games and talk about it next week. So we're gonna get Barr to the Publix to cause terror to the town that he lives in.
And if you hear anyone going EAGLE behind you, fucking run.
Fucking run. Walk through them. Fly, Eagles, fly. Fucking clerk. Fucking Thursday. Not fucking shocked at all. Go get your buffalo tender tendy and get the fuck out of here. So all next week, hopefully the gang will be back. We will be talking about week 18 and what it didn't matter. All playoffs, all wildcard weekend. Hell, if there's some good games, I may stream them. I don't know how many people will join me, but it will be great. Have a lot of fun. So enjoy your last week of regular season. And you can get NFL Sunday ticket right now for $4.99 for 1 week if you really want to watch. If the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons is playing in your area, you can pay $5 and watch it. So don't miss out.
I get the Falcons for free here, even though I don't watch them.
This is not paid advertisement, I promise. They didn't pay me shit. So bye. See you next week.
Yes,